How's it going, everybody? My name is Matthew, and for 3.5 years, I lived in a cargo van full-time so I could reboot my life. Along the way, I created some amazing memories and had some not-so-great experiences, but it all helped make me who I am today. Now, I am settling down and building a home for myself and my little girl while sharing my experiences and overcoming new challenges from van life to house life and everything in between.
Pieces on the floor. I see pieces on the floor. Parts of me shattered on the floor. Moving without a notion. Following my own falling. Without you.
Let's get some fresh air in here. It's gotten a little muggy. Yeah, getting the Irish Pyre Queen nice and cleaned up, which will probably come off as quite stupid to lots of people because outside today, well, it's exceptionally rainy. So I'm sure I could have just driven around and she would have gotten basically clean. However, she did have a lot of mud splatter on her from her epic off-road adventure to my cousin's alley, and she's going in to get her new booties tomorrow, so I wanted to get her cleaned up on the outside just because I wanted her to be mud-free, but also keep me motivated to now get onto the insides and get her clean. When I drop my vehicles off with anybody for whatever reason when they're going in to get professionally looked at or whatever, I like to get them as clean as possible, and it goes without saying, I've got a little girl, I've got a fairly busy life, and the Irish Pyre Queen, and if you're new around here, this is her, Grace O Malley, my 2023 Jeep Wrangler. The tidiness gets away on me often. So while we're here and it is a rainy day, there's not going to be a lot of people lining up to use the car wash. Yes, I'm the only person here right now. I figured I'd take advantage of being inside and not getting drenched and just do the garbage tidy up portion of today's activities. This is actually going to be the first step of getting Grace ready to be not a main camping vehicle, but a camping vehicle with everything in her so that I can just start going out and doing like Crownland camping and stuff like that. Stuff that I can't really do with the good ship Lucky, which is my self-converted cargo van, which I lived in for 3.5 years and now is primarily my escape vehicle from reality, which is great, don't get me wrong, but there are certain places where she cannot go. And recently, Amber just got herself a new whip as well, and I am currently, while I'm filming this, storing it at the port of Tortuga until she gets it all registered and stuff, which should be happening later tonight. Then she'll be able to get it out of my parking stall and on with her merry way, but she'll be able to come out with that new whip as well. So we're really looking forward to like a new dynamic when it comes to our camping, because that's something we do here a lot on the channel. And the vans are great, don't get me wrong, I love having the comforts of my tiny home with me everywhere I go, but I've got the Jeep Wrangler and it might be nice to no, not might be, it will be nice. I'm so excited to start building her out and whatnot. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I do have stuff that I mentioned in a previous video here, and I got my camping box. There's nothing much in it except a Walmart bag and a garbage bag, which is exactly what will come in handy right now. Yeah, today is a unseasonably rainy and cold day for July in Canada land. Well, at least this part of Canada land. And so that's a good day to be doing stuff like this. It's also a good day to be layering up, which is not something I would normally do this time of the year. But anyways, okay, so, oh, that's not garbage. That is full. But that's not to say that there's not a whole bunch of garbage elsewhere, starting with the doors here. I got receipts. I got rubber ducks, which are not garbage. This little guy, reading a book. I've had this one before myself. I think I've given him away. This one came back to me the other day. I came out of seeing Superman in the movie theater, and this little guy was on my door handle. So whoever it was, thank you very much. Riding up on the dash of the Irish Pyre Queen now. He was in the door. Don't know how he got there, but all right. Go through these receipts. Is there anything I need? No. The Jeep Wranglers, at least the JLs, because I don't think my JK had these. I could be wrong. That was a long time ago. All the doors have these cargo nets on them, and that's great if you can stay on top of keeping it tidy. If you can't, man, does it get away on you quick. But I mean, not everything in here is garbage. I do have stuff like, hey, look at that, an emergency rain poncho. That can definitely go into our future camping bin. No, I won't use it today. It's better saved for when I'm in the bush. As most things are. Holy Dinah, I'm very prepared. It's not all garbage. Some stuff in here is actually quite useful. Icebreakers if you're trying to impress the ladies, obviously. And I got a whole bunch of disposable gloves. That's for when I'm farting around with my Rotopax jerry cans, gas or diesel. And we've got a bunch of paracord and, oh yeah, Tens machine pads, of course, as one does, and Dixon stickers, because I can't go anywhere without a baggie of those, my goodness gracious. So this stuff will come out. The gloves and the paracord for sure. This can find a spot in the back that does not need to be in the passenger door of all places. That's just silly business. So let's bring that. I'll just put those. Everything's wet. It's like I just washed this. All right, let's put those there for now. I'll get to you momentarily. And then yeah, I've also got all these cool little aftermarket cubbies and whatnot. So I got this one of this insert up here that goes into this grab bar over the passenger seat. Oh, it's really in there. There you go. It can become a catch-all for stuff. There's some garbage right there, but we got a Duke cannon and cold shower wipe. Those things are awesome. I've talked about those frequently. That is a kickstand to an iPhone case. Clearly needs to be glued back on. And then zip ties, because I got zip ties coming out of my rump. So why not have some here in the front of the Jeep with me? Also down here, I've got this one that goes over the gearbox and whatnot. So I got a receipt in here for Canadian Tire. Probably don't need that. Extra glasses case down here. But of course, in true fashion, there's no actual glasses in the glasses case, because why would there be? So that's awesome. At least it's neat and tidy. And yeah, even more things, right? Over here, we got this front pocket. We've got a pair of little girl winter gloves. Great in July. We got a hitch pin. You never have these when you need them, and when you don't need them, you've got about 50 million of them. More garbage stuffed in there, and a Sharpie down here. Perfect. I'll forget that that's there when I need one next time. And I've got a lighter, which was sent to me forever ago from Bill. Oh, it no longer works, but it's cool because you can charge it up via USB. So that's nifty. And what else is in there? We got some carabiners and more garbage, Mr. Lube reminders, and Band-Aids. Yeah, if you know, you know. All right, that's looking pretty good in there. Put the Sharpie and the lighter back in. Excellent. We're not even going to look into the middle console because let's get serious. We don't want this video to get taken down. I'm also scared to look back here, just in the back seat where the little pirate princess rides all the time. Oh yeah, as we do. French fries from A&W, just in case. A whole bunch of little wrappers and nonsense tucked into Grace's door here. What has she got in this one down here? We've got a flashlight, because of course we do. We've got an extra handle for our Rotopax mounts. It's a good place to keep that. And we've got some photos and more paperwork and a little box. Oh yeah, there was jewelry from Banff in here for her, but we don't need the bag anymore. So we'll get rid of that. And yep, there's the accompanying drink from A&W, so we'll get rid of that as well. And oh boy, let's see what we can do back here. Oh, I don't know who I was thinking. Even on a unseasonably chilly day in July, I'm still me and I run hot. So the layers have already left me. Long sleeve in the back, folded up with the rest of the clothes. I gotta come back into Tortuga. I just love the idea of the comfort of layers. But it's very humid and I'm already a sweaty boy. So we're making progress, we're doing well. I think what we're gonna do now is we will, the amount of garbage that was actually in Grace, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we'll slap the mats back into the front. We'll go find another location to go over the camping bin and shuffle stuff around. Just because it kind of stinks like an asshole in here. Not that pleasant. Also, just in case we're not taking up space in a car wash. Even again, I'm the only one here, and I would love to vacuum Grace out. And this car wash is awesome. No vacuums in the bay because they're completely free, but they're completely outside. I know I'm not made of sugar and I won't melt, but I don't want to feel damp either. No more damp than I already do anyway. Kobe. And of course, as excited as I am to make Grace this like ultimate camper escape vehicle or whatnot, the balance comes because I'm still a dad and this is our primary get around whip throughout the week and majority of the time, right? We do go out in the good ship Lucky on the odd occasion together for sure, but the Wrangler was purchased, well, one, to scratch my itch, and two, because my little girl's not getting any younger or smaller, right? So I still have to have a spot for her things that she likes to use when we are in the Jeep. And this is very minor stuff, right? Quality content. Quality content. We got our scooter over there. We got our helmet. The scooter's actually not going to stay in the Jeep because she's big on her bike right now, which is awesome. And then she's got a few toys and whatnot, and a coloring book, a sticker book, and blah, blah, blah. And over here, we've got our laundry that I want to bring into Tortuga. We got a little one. This actually has to be donated. This is an old sweater of hers. No longer fits her. Hashtag sad day. And of course, no rig of mine would be complete without a flannel, a party shirt, a sweater, and there is the aforementioned layer that was making me sweat like balls. And the assortment of ducks we found while cleaning up Grace. All right, Matt's back in. We're fairly tidy, looking a lot better. Definitely a good first step. All right, let's go find another place or some shelter and go through the little bit of gear that we have with us. This is, like I said, first and slow steps. Okay, well this is nice and dry in here, and it's early enough in the morning still where the mall isn't technically open yet, so hopefully I can get away with doing this and talking to myself like a complete nutter before everybody and their dog shows up to do their daily shopping. It won't take that long, but it's nice to have all of this space back in Grace. I was using her as like storage for my life for so long, right? Like I very quickly outgrew my situation, and a lot of the stuff was just being kept in Grace, like my winter clothing or extra toys or stuff like that, right? So it's nice to have most of that out of Grace now, although this kind of doesn't really look like a lot of it's out, but we're gonna get there. What I am noticing now is it's quite dark. We're gonna have to light this up a little bit. Oh. Well, yes, we could just use the light on the phone for these up-close shots, but also the one thing that I want to add to my camping gear with Grace, it's not really adding because it's been in Grace for a while. See the aforementioned statement of Grace being a storage area. But my mom got this for me for Christmas a few years back. This company called Nebo, I'd never heard of them before. They're very prevalent at the Silverton Building Supply Store in Silverton, BC, if you're not familiar with the place. And yeah, they've got a whole bunch of different light things and whatnot. And this specific kit comes with a flashlight, a head lantern, a power bank that can also be charged from the sun, and this little guy. It's an actual like collapsible lantern. So obviously this will stay in Grace. It'll be great to have once I get out camping and whatnot, and maybe it'll be great to have right now. We can take this, turn it on, there we go. Now we can light our way in the darkness. It even has, I believe it has a way to hang it upside down. Yeah, not that I have a easy accessible hook back here, but I mean for now, just sit on the camping bin, you. Very nice. So this is the current layout in here right now. I got the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus in here, and I got its 12-volt charger. So when it gets down low, I just slap it into the Wrangler's outlet back here when I'm driving around and keep that bad boy topped up. And then in here, I've got clothes that I went over in a previous video, right? So we got a whole bunch of underoos and then some other t-shirts and tank tops and whatnot. And I want these to live in Grace's saddlebags, which are right here. One on this side, one on that side. Currently, they are occupado with things that are great for camping, like a Jetboil single burner stove. And what else is down in this one? Let's see, shall we? Hey, are those the long johns I was looking for the other day? Oh no, that's the top. Okay, well that's good. That can stay in here. You never know when that might come in handy. What else we got in here? So it's already, whoa, there's the pants. Is those the pants? We found the pants. Huzzah! They were in Grace all along. And what else do we have? Oh, a hoodie. See, this is the other problem, is I had so much stuff in Grace, I forgot it was in here. What's this? Hello? Oh yeah, my little electric frying pan with a Dixon Rancid sticker attached to it, as you do. Does that mean that the actual frying pan is in here too? There's the plug for it, hello? I don't actually feel the actual frying pan in here. Huh, I wonder if it's in the other saddlebag. It's another good reason that I'm doing this right now, because now I can take stock of what I have. So I forgot that hoodie was in there. So the red one, it can stay in Grace, and the black one that was in this laundry pile can come back into Tortuga. Because you don't want to have too much when it's a smaller vehicle like this. When it was my van, it was different. That was my whole home. All of my stuff needed to be in there for the most part. Everybody just calm down. But in a smaller space like this in Grace, like one sweater, that's fine. Okay, we got a lot of puke bags in here. And what else we got in here? Okay, so I knew this was gonna be in this one because I love this. I'm excited to get this out and use it again. I'm very far away. Artsy fartsy camera angles and all that. I'll show you this in a minute. Put this up here. Further in here is the rest of this. So I'm wondering if my little electric frying pan got lost in the shuffle somewhere. That came from the awesome Sharon with an E, and now I don't know where I put it. It's probably in a box somewhere. That's okay, we'll find it. All right, but right now we're pretty much good to go. These saddlebags are now clear. And as great as it was having those things in those saddlebags, I'd rather the clothes be in there. So this is probably enough clothes. I think for a weekend plus emergencies is sort of how I packed it. I'm doing my best to not overthink it. I went through them once already. Every fiber of my being was like, go through them again. And I'm trying to lean into it and trust myself. Well, there's another Dixon sticker. Can barely see that one. So anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to trust what I was doing. So actually, okay, cool. I thought one would have to go in each one, but no, we've got room in these, cool, to put both of them. So there we go. Now Grace is equipped with clothing for a weekend and then some. So I don't have to worry about that. We'll zip that up and then no muss, no fuss. We done, and we've got another empty saddlebag. I guess now I'm just shuffling shit around, but I've got the red sweater here still. That could go, hello? Zipper? You're not being very cooperative this morning. Tell me this isn't scripted without telling me this isn't scripted. Come on, Editor Matthew could be a peach and cut away. Why do I have a distinct feeling he's not gonna? You prick. Come on. So it's a little full, but there we go. These things are great. They even have like little cup holders and stuff on the side here that you can put stuff in. I mean, I say cup holder, it's probably intended for a water bottle, but now that I'm seeing it, it'd be a really small water bottle, but anything else you could think of to put in there, like maybe utensils and stuff. Although again, getting ahead of myself. Let's put this sweater, and I guess those long johns in that saddlebag? All right, I'll have to remember that they're actually there though. That's gonna be the challenge. I suppose what wouldn't be the worst idea is to get like a little Post-it and then do some sort of inventory on both of these bags. Because like I said, yes, they've got these little pockets and stuff for whatever you might want. They've also got other zipper compartments on the actual front facing of them. I don't have a lot of access to that anymore ever since I installed that floating shelf back there from Sheila. Thank you again, my dear. That thing is amazing and is definitely going to be coming in handy now for organization and whatnot. That could be beneficial to write things down. Okay, I'm definitely going to want the sweater before I'm going to want the long johns, because let's get serious. How often am I going to need the long johns? How much winter camping am I going to do in Grace? I don't know yet. Put that in there, and the red sweater go in next. Excellent. All right, can we zip you up though? That's the other problem. This one's real sort of jank over here. Oh, I have something in this front pocket. What's this? Hey, it's the power bank for my heated vest. Yeah, I got shit everywhere. All right, jet boil stove. Let's bring the light down here. Move that there for now. I can't really see squat when I do that. Oh yeah, the BioLite stove. I love this thing. This is what I wanted to talk about. I've used it on the channel before, and it's really nice because it's a super cool thing. You put wood pellets in it or any sort of little twigs, branches and whatnot, and it creates a fire, and it can then be used to charge your cell phone from the fire, right? I don't really use that. I can't imagine it's very fast, but in a pinch out in the woods, it might be really good. But it also attaches to this. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's a grill, right? It's like having a little mini barbecue with you. I think it's super cool. I don't know why you can see that. Maybe if I actually put light on the subject, you could see it better. Grill. So I'm excited to use this again and just have Grace exclusive cooking things. I guess, this has been pretty Grace exclusive, although when I first got it, definitely used it in a Good Ship Lucky. Well, not in the Good Ship Lucky. That's ill-advised. It's an open flame. Make sure you're out in the open. But yeah, when it comes to this stuff, what I want to do, what's my intention here is hello, my intention is to get light somewhere in the general vicinity, is to get a camping bin together, right? I've never been great at organizing things like this, but I got this Gregory bin from Craze Outdoors, where a lot of my camping stuff comes from. That's why we can't have nice things. My God, you're looking awfully demented. Actually, you look okay. You bounced right back. So in here, like, I don't know if I'll have just this one, I mean, or maybe two. I've got one more of these at home. Not this brand. It's a different, like, cheap, got it from Superstore nonsense brand. This one is really cool because it actually has, like, a built-in gasket. It's specifically designed for camping and whoopsie daisies into the river. I don't plan on taking it too close to a river, but you never know, right? So I'm excited to get it sort of started here. I brought the Walmart bag in case there were objects that I need to bring back into Tortuga. At this point, that's all of those bloody clothes in there, so that's what we'll be using that for. But yeah, in here, I've already got some salt and pepper shakers and a few other things, Kleenex and whatnot. But now in here, we can start building this bin and we will put the BioLite stuff in here. So the idea and the intention here is when I get to wherever I'm going to be camping, I can just pull this bin out and I basically have access to everything right off the hop, right? So I'll put the jet boil stove in here as well. And then we're already running out of space because these things are quite large. But this will be a constantly evolving thing, right? I could put a roll of paper towel in here. I'm gonna need a bottle of propane, maybe a bag of wood pellets that I bring for that other stove, and maybe just like, this could be like the dry bin for camping. And so what else, see what else I could fit in here. But seeing it now, I'll probably definitely want at least one more. I don't want to go overboard. And I'm going on the record saying it now, but I don't want to go overboard with things on this trip, or on these trips, I should say. I say like there's a specific trip coming up. Unfortunately, not yet, but I'm very excited at the idea of it, and it's exciting to start doing things like this. So that's what this bin is going to be for. So I knew I was going to start by putting these two stoves in here. Who knows, maybe this will end up being overkill. Maybe I won't need both stoves. But the way I'm looking at it right now is they both definitely have their uses. Like I said, this one is great for grilling, so you can do burgers, steaks, hot dogs. Yes, you could do all of that in this pan as well, but one would argue that stuff done on a grill versus a pan is much better, depending on said item, right? Whereas with the pan, you can make yourself some nice breakfast, some scrambled eggs and whatnot. It would be mother effing ill-advised to try to make scrambled eggs right on a grill. Yeah, you could put the pan on here and blah, 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 but I digress. There's another thing that's great about this stove. This top thing can be used as a serving tray, a cutting board. You could just use it as a plate to eat off of. Get yourself one at Craze Outdoors. It's your first time ordering online. Use promo code VANLIFE+ at checkout, save yourself 10%. But like I said in a video not too long ago, a lot of my camping stuff simply does come from Craze Outdoors. It is a local camping store here in Calgary, Alberta. They are incredible people down there, and I will do my best to always support them. So if you're looking for camping gear or anything like this, pretty much everything you see right now is available there. Well, maybe not the Nebo thing, but the Silverton, if you're in the area. Or probably Amazon. But anyway, getting off track here as I do, what else can I do? You know what, and just to keep it a little bit more organized back here, we're not going on a trip right away. I'm gonna throw this in here. This is, shout out to Ian, he left this behind in Big Fella. It is an air compressor, portable, and it was great for inflating Brooklyn's bike tires the other day. So that's great to have on hand. Plus, who knows, maybe I'll end up with an inflatable air mattress. Speaking of which, how will I be doing this camping? That's a great question. Let's get this stuff sort of packed up. Now that we've gone through it and we're still dry, we can hit the road on for bigger and better things. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's stay even more organized here, just because we can. We've got the bin. I've got my Dixon ground blanket here. That's great for just picnicking and day trips or whatever, or camping trips, I'm assuming. It's not going to be prejudiced against what you're doing. We've also got bear spray over here we could put in here for now. I think I've got two things of bear spray. Yeah, again, thanks to Ian. He bought himself one, never used it, didn't want to take it on the plane. I don't blame him. I've also got my Nomad jacket over here. So for now, that can go on here. Now we're really getting organized. Okay, stuff's coming together, slowly but surely. And yeah, I just want this bin to stay in Grace, right? Got my club up here. I need to find the key for the club. I can't collapse it without said key. I think that's at Tortuga though. Oh, what about the Nebo thing itself? It could bloody well live in here. I don't know if there's any room now that I've shoved all this other shit in here. Maybe this doesn't need to be in here because honestly, that would stay. I don't want that coming out. A lot of these things won't stay in here. This is a right now thing with the blanket and the jacket, just to make it a little bit neater and tidier in Grace. But again, if this is going to be a dry goods bin for camping, I'm not going to want to be pulling out my bloody jacket and blanket every time I want to get it like a fork. Turn that off. My God, I'm blind. Let's put this away. Again, this might not be something that I want to be having here. You could find another spot for it eventually, or perhaps in the secondary bin. But for now, there we go. The camping bin organization has begun. and this can go up on this floating shelf. And that's why I love this thing, because it's a great space back here in the Wrangler for sure, but like most SUVs of this, you know, size, it's just a big cavity, and once you start piling shit in, it makes it harder to get at it. So this shelf is definitely going to come in handy. Of course, we got our disposable gloves still. Maybe we'll put them up in here. Speaking of little like cubbies that I have in Grace, got my Brooklyn hat and my Mountaintop coffee hat. Those could probably come in. Well, maybe one of those could stay out here. Got a bag of ducks. I got a hatchet. Like there's stuff everywhere. Like this could go in the dry bin for sure. What else do we got down here? Oh, gaskets for the, yeah, so for the Blue Ox tow hitch. That's gonna be coming in handy tomorrow. Stay tuned. I don't know if that'll be this video. Maybe it'll be one video. I don't know. Flying by the seat of my pants here. Make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on so you never miss a Van Life Plus shenanigans-filled episode. But I digress. Little things that you can add to the Jeep. I got these two little pockets back here, one on this side, one on that side. Again, it's a great little catch-all for a whole bunch of stuff, like apparently, well, hatchets, gaskets, and garbage. Awesome! Anyway, that's one thing that's really nice about the Wranglers is there is such a market that is supported for aftermarket things, right? Because Jeep people are crazy. We love our Jeeps and we love building shit to make them more versatile. Well, I don't build squat. I just use what other people have created. Okay, let's get loaded up and back into the rain, I suppose. Oh no, one last little thing here. Let's make sure we grab these. Got our rain ponchos. These can definitely go into the camping bin. It's already getting disorganized inside its organization. Small steps. I have not been able to fit in there for a while, but now that the Space Cadet is off of Grace, I can go wherever I want. It's a Jeep, I can do that anyway. But not when the roof is extra low. I don't know if I'm gonna put the Space Cadet back on either. Obviously, it would be a great thing to have, especially for camping. But again, with that shelf in there, I don't know if I'm gonna need that space. I mean, eventually, let's get serious. If I really take to it, I'll get more stuff and it would be beneficial, but I don't know. We'll see. It might be more beneficial for Amber to just have that Space Cadet. Her new whip comes with roof racks, so it's just more of a hindrance for Grace and the way Grace fits into my life. But in terms of this camping, like, yeah, how am I going to do this? Well, obviously, in the past, I've camped in Grace. I've slept in Grace. I've got the mattress that fits back there when the seats are folded down, and it's worked. I did it. It was fun. It's cramped, and I'm old. And I am post-back surgery, so I don't know. I might do that one more time, or maybe, well, who knows? Maybe a handful of times in the future. Never say never, but that's definitely not my my go-to, especially with that shelf back there. I mean, that might be in the way, or could make a really nice place to put snacks. Either way, what I'm toying with the absolute most right now is ground tenting. You know, I don't love the idea. Setting up and tearing down a tent is monotonous and tiring and yuck, but I think I do want to at least try it at the start. So maybe I'll go down to Craze Outdoors and pick myself up one of those in the next couple weeks or so and see. Depends on what the weather does. I'm not going ground camping when it's like this. Are you insane? But also, I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace just every once in a while, going on there and perusing and seeing what's available, and tent trailers really stand out. I know that tent trailers are primarily really cheap and fall apart and they're a pain in the ass, but there's some on there that you can get for a pretty good price, and they might come with caveats like, oh, the fridge doesn't work, or the sink doesn't work, or the lights don't work, and that stuff doesn't really bother me because I built a van twice and I could put all of that stuff into something like that, and it might be really cool to have to like take Brooklyn camping as well, and Grace would pull a tent trailer no problem. The tent trailer primarily because it's smaller, it's compactor, it'd be easier to find a place to put it in the off season versus like a more expensive hard shell trailer. I threw around the idea of a cargo trailer build in the past, and that might be still something I do in the future. Yeah, but right now I'm really focused on getting a tent, doing some overland camping, or like crownland camping with the Irish Pirate Queen, and then maybe in the not too distant future, a tent trailer of some sort of DIY nonsense, or yeah, that's just sort of what I've been thinking about lately, and it's been really getting me excited. I love this aspect of my life and this side of it, and it's really fun to stare down the barrel of getting Grace ready to do it. She's never really been that, right? I have never just gone on I shouldn't say never gone on a solo camping trip in Grace. I have, sleeping inside her, yes, but getting all the things together and making it more enjoyable and comfortable. And that's sort of what I'm talking about. Like, the Space Cadet would be great to have because you could put stuff like your sleeping bag and your tent up there. But with the shelf in the back, I might still have enough room to throw a tent, a sleeping bag, a cooler. I hope everything's okay. Stuff like that, you know. Anyway, it's gross out. I think I'm gonna go do some work on my second channel, and we will catch up later this evening when hopefully Amber's got her new whip registered and we can play chauffeur to get her around between her two vehicles. I mean, I get it. How's it going, sir?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, please. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I got that $6 coupon on my phone too. I'll be right back. Thank you. Gotta remember that. The more you come to M&M Meats, the more coupons you get. You need your phone to pull it up. Oh, beautiful. Well, I'm good. I don't even need the receipt. Thank you so much. Stay dry. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
Stay dry. Oh, what a knob. Okay, here we go. Excellent. All right, I'm on my way to get Brooklyn, and for dinner I wanted to make some pasta with the Caslow sourdough pasta that I get when I'm in BC. You can get it here in Calgary as well. I usually support the local when I'm out there. But yeah, what goes great with pasta? Well, obviously garlic bread with cheese, and whether it's spaghetti or not, the Italian meatballs from M&M Meats are phenomenal. Plus, they had chicken wings on sale. A crazy deal, actually. $11 off the regular price. So yeah, I grabbed myself some buffalo chicken wings. I've never had them from them. I'm not the biggest chicken wing guy, but when there's a sale like that, you best take advantage. And I got myself some greens out of everything that's there in terms of vegetables. This is the least offensive for me. All right, since we're here in the area, I'm gonna stop by the UPS store. I ordered a couple things off of Amazon that I gotta grab for the second channel. Got myself an Ethernet cable and an adapter because there's no computers that have a Ethernet port anymore. Well, not laptops anyway. Not the laptops that I use, so I got myself one of those. Get those, and then off to get the Pirate Princess. And it has not let up raining at all. It's still just drenched out here. I was able to do a little bit of work when I got back to Tortuga, and then I even was able to have a bit of a nap. I don't fall asleep for naps. I hope that comes with age. I hope that becomes easier. I mean, I don't really fall asleep at night, let's get serious. But yeah, my body was like, nay. I had the Pirate Princess overnight last night, and she decided to wake up at 3:45, which is very polite of her. Ooh. Oh, Grace, calm down. Ooh. Okay. Oof. Damp, damp, damp. All right. Well, before we take off, I want to see what this is. I don't know what this is. I'm pretty sure this is mine. This feels like an obnoxiously large Ethernet cable. Well, let's just rule that out now. Yes, obnoxiously large Ethernet cable and a little USB-C to Ethernet adapter. An obnoxiously long Ethernet cable because my router is in the main floor central of the house, but the streaming room is upstairs and there's no vent that connects them, so yeah, it's gonna be real ugly for a while, but it is what it is. Okay, so then there was two other packages here. This, I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's just, wait, do I have my Leatherman? This is secured with tape. Hi, yeah, there we go. Hey, I knew it was coming. Tom, it finally arrived, sir. A little welcome to Tortuga stuff. We got a lot of welcome to Tortuga stuff, but that is awesome. I love that. Tom sent me an email and showed me that it was on its way. It actually took a while to get here. I was getting concerned. I was going to send him a message and be like, sir, I don't know if it's going to arrive, but there it is. Look at that logo on there. I love that skull with the crossed swords in the background. Welcome to Tortuga. Yeah, we will definitely have to find a spot for that. I don't know, maybe in the streaming room, actually. We shall see. I'm reorganizing that streaming room right now. So thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate that. It arrived safe and sound. All right, let's put this. I just cleaned in here. All right. And we've got a box that feels, well, there's a little bit of weight to it. Hello? What is this? What is it? Who's this from? Oh, what? A steak knife set? Are you feeling bad for me? I think this might be in accordance with the Patreon live stream Amber and I did the other day when we were down at Ghost and we were struggling to find steak knives. I was using my Benchmade. I think she had one. I guess they decided I cannot be without steak knives. From a brand called Henkel's Statement Fine Edge Steak Knives. Well, thank you very much, you two. There's 4 of them. 2 in Tortuga, 2 in Lucky. That might be perfect. That's very kind, you guys. Thank you. Okay, now off to get the Pirate Princess, then dinner for her and Amber and myself, and then we'll do a shuffle, I guess, at this point, in the rain. like it usually is, actually. However, we're not going to do the big old shuffle with the vehicles tonight. Amber decided she didn't want to do that. Outside farting around, moving them around, putting plates on cars, because it's still effing raining. And looking ahead at the forecast for the week, it doesn't look like it's going to be much better, but there might be a little bit of break in the shenanigans tomorrow. So we put a pin in doing that for now, and it's just going to be back to Tortuga for me. And I've got a desk to assemble and some tidying up to do, and that's going to be pretty much my evening, I suppose. So yeah, it was going to be shuffling the cars around, but all of a sudden you get a little bit more freedom to do whatever. Sometimes that's the best kind of freedom. Got to keep it topped up. All right, so that is my evening, and I got the desk put together. It's all done upstairs. I even did a live stream on Patreon while I did it and hung out with the community. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully the shenanigans weren't too much for everybody. If that's something you're interested in doing, we would love to have you come over and join us on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. It's an incredible community, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now it's just time to get the dishes from dinner put away and pretty much call her a night, because I am tired. And yeah, it was nice to have a little bit more of a simpler evening, but tomorrow we will tackle that and get everything squared away with Amber's new whip and all of that good stuff. Got to set an alarm. Got to get up nice and early to go get Grace her new booties. It was a little bit more involved with getting the Irish Pirate Queen to her destination. However, it's a little bit less money, and I love that part of my life. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, stick around. You shall see. So I'm going to leave this one here, you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. Remember, only dead fish go with the flow. Right, Penny? Yeah, you tell them. Don't be a dead fish. Just find a nice soft orange mat and make yourself comfy. Or not. All right then.